Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. I can't forget how we're never been loved. I can't forget. R.I.P. Michael McDonald. R.I.P.
What?
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. All right.
He's definitely on the list. He's definitely on the list of people that are still alive but you think are dead.
He's one of those people that it's like, did he die from COVID? You know, where you're like, shit, did COVID get Michael McDonald? I can't forget. I don't know. Therefore, I'm keeping you on your toes. Just, if you see Michael McDonald in the streets, keep an eye out for MM. And just let him know that you can't forget. Weird times, James. Weird times. I want to wish you a happy birthday to our son, Jagger, who turned 2 today. I'm unbelievably grateful that he will never remember this year. So
yeah, not sure what I'm going to cobble together for him, but it's going to be really
Skull and
fun.
cake bones, James.
Skull and cake bones, riding his bike in the driveway, which is what he asked to do every day, only it's 200 degrees. He doesn't feel it in the same way as I do.
Sure.
He's fine with it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll brave the heat for my boy.
Yeah, you will.
For my boy.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Weird times indeed. Watched the Democratic National Convention last night. He kicked off, James.
Did you? Where was it held?
Kicked off.
Where was it held?
Looked like a Marriott.
All different places, huh? All different places all over the place.
Boy, where to begin with this?
Fun stuff.
Man. I guess we can start off with McQuomosexuals. Had to give that a deep pause for all McQuomosexuals out there. I know you love them.
Yeah.
I know you love them. Kidding. I know you hate this guy as much as I do.
I do love the brothers Cuomo.
And his brother. Yeah, jeez, man. So it starts off with Springsteen, right? Head on up for the rising. Head on up for the Democrats.
Right.
Democrats are rising. And you're just like, oh, all right, cool, man.
Yeah.
We're in this. And I was like, this feels familiar. What feels familiar about this? It's right. They did the same thing in 2016.
With Spruce.
With Springsteen. Yeah.
Spruce.
Oh, is it Spruce?
Yeah.
I've been calling him Bruce this whole time.
No, it's Spruce.
Spruce?
That is widely known is
Sure.
his kind of nickname, you know?
Yeah. Spruce.
Like you're a spruce goose. If you like if you like Bruce Springsteen, you're a spruce goose, kind of like a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Or like a little monster or something like that. You're a spruce goose.
Spruce goose.
Yeah.
Hammer
Everyone
the
knows
like
that.
button on YouTube if you're watching right now. We're live with you here somewhere in the noonish hour.
Look, life is what it is, and
Yeah.
you're going to have to get used to it.
Yeah. So we watched this Dem convention last night. Marianne, your girl. Can you give me a quick Marianne Williamson impression?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, if we just love each other, touch a tree, and it will solve everything.
Yeah. So she even said last night this felt like a 5-hour Marriott commercial.
Right.
She did. By the way, that's an exact quote. That's what I thought too. I was like, are they in a Marriott? It looked like they were all in a Marriott or in various Marriotts around the nation. Not that there's anything wrong with Marriott. Stayed there. I've laid there. I've laid my penis there.
Sure.
And,
sure.
I enjoy a Marriott the same as any other fellow who's looking to spend $89.
Sure, any weary traveler that can't find anywhere else.
Any restless leg syndrome. I enjoy it. Enjoy it, Marianne.
I'm a red roof gal myself, but
You don't say.
oh yes, I love all the construction workers that stay there and stuff, and it's just a fun. You know what I mean? It's a fun time.
Pack of Sammy.
They're always like partying all night long out by their truck.
Out of coolers, yeah.
And it's always been a lot of fun for me when I've ever stayed there.
Yeah. I bet it has.
Did they leave the light on? Which one leaves the light on for you?
We'll leave the light on.
Is that Red Roof?
Yeah, maybe. It's Motel 8. Motel 6. Motel 6, we'll leave
the light on.
I don't know.
Red Roof has a good one too. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out.
You keep going though. Please keep talking.
For sure. So Cuomo-sexual is up first, right?
Sure.
And it is hard to look at him and not think of his nipple rings now. As soon as he pops up on screen, I'm like, fuck, man.
He doesn't have.
He's a 65-year-old with nipple rings.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he
bro.
does. Look at the picture. Man, when we get into the new studio.
Dan, does he?
Yes, everybody knows he's got nipple rings.
How to?
Come on,
what?
man. Yes, you've never seen his pictures? Gosh, when we get into the new studio,
Are
we're going to do a
pictures-
full hour on the pictures of Cuomo's nipple rings. We should just print it out and just make you wear it. Put a T-shirt on
We could
there.
probably get a local artist to maybe do.
Yeah, something in Austin.
Yeah.
Keep
Do like
Austin
a
weird.
fun like Austin
Cuomo.
painting of it.
Yeah, some nipple piercings from Cuomo.
We'll have it everywhere.
And it's, by the way, it's
a mural
bars.
maybe.
It's bars, like barbells, nipple
You
rings.
guys are fucking
Dead serious.
idiots.
It's not a
dude.
hoop. It's a barbell that goes all the way through the nipple, and you're like, man, that's a strong choice. It also, when you see this picture, it also shows that he has big nipples. And like, man, that must have been painful getting it. He probably got it at Coney Island.
Oh my God.
New Yorker. Cuomo. You know?
You guys just believe everything.
We don't believe everything.
You
And
really
I'll
do.
tell you what we don't believe, because you're looking at the title of the show and you're like, the fuck's the legend of Big Mike? We're going to get to that because that's something I don't believe in. However, we're going to start with Cuomo. As he's talking last night, he said something that was so shocking that I turned to you and I said, I'm sorry, did you just hear that? I'm going to rewind this again because I don't actually believe what I just heard.
Sure.
Obviously, he's the COVID expert. He
solved it.
For the world. He solved COVID, and all of his people are free, and whatever. He treats himself like he's fucking King
Don't
Farouk.
look at any of the city's financials right now.
Nope.
But he definitely solved it, and he is being praised for it. Don't go to New York at all and look around. But if you don't know anything about it, he really is the best.
Do you know what they call him in New York?
I don't know.
The nursing home butcher.
Oh, yeah.
I guess 11,000 people died in nursing homes because of something he fucked up. I don't know what it is because I don't live there, but either way.
It's just a cleansing. It's a cleansing thing that every city should do.
Oh, God.
What?
James.
What?
For real, dude. Anywho's. He goes, yeah, I felt like we've dealt with this virus better than everyone else. But, the president let this European virus get the best of us. And I was like, I'm sorry. Did you say European virus?
European virus.
What?
What?
Quoi?
What country?
Quoi?
What country in Europe did it come from?
I'm not really sure. It was from China. So why? So I'm trying to think why he didn't say China, right? And I think we know that answer was that's right. The Chinese own every fucking high-rise condo in New York City. Mm-hmm. If he goes hard on China, they'll just pull out. Same as they did with the fucking Houston Rockets and all that shit. The NBA still isn't showing in China. So people are real afraid of China. It was very interesting words. And I mean, immediately people were like, European virus? Are we saying, what the fuck? The European virus was the plague. If memory serves correct.
Yeah.
Now, if people were eating fucking potatoes dying, I can understand it. Maybe call it the European virus. But they didn't. The virus came from China, and now you're bowing down to fucking China because you're worried they're going to pull out all their money from your fucking high rises there, Cuomo? Pulling out that nipple ring, brother. Get back in the game, dude. So that's what kind of kicked it off, and I was like, where do we go from here? Where does the fun and excitement go from here? first of all, these interviews were pre-taped, by the way. I want to stress that because when we get to the others here of Bernie Sanders and Michelle Obama, the telling part of it was Bernie decided to go live. The last minute. He was like, decided to go live.
Because he has young people working for him and he has the capability to do so.
Yes. And he's mentally with it. Yeah. Even though he's older than Biden. And he said, no, I'll do it live. Everybody else was pre-taped. And so he goes on live and there was a hot mic involved with it. And people were like kind of getting him ready and shit. But he was really funny during this hot mic of like 60 seconds where he was just like, you can't keep fussing with my hair. He's exactly who you thought he was, like on a hot mic where you're like,
yeah,
it's Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, he's like, a woman could never be president.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Wrong.
That's him.
Definitely not wrong.
Sure.
And he was exactly who we probably thought Bernie Sanders was, and it made his speech even more endearing, even though he didn't seem like he wanted to be there. I mean,
look,
they
did you see the title under him?
Yeah.
Democratic Socialist that lost, essentially is what it said. And you're like, okay, that's a really glowing introduction.
So to be fair, across the board, and like I know we say this all the time on the show, but it's true. I try to watch all of the coverage on all of the stations. That way we can get kind of like a fair and balanced thing in the middle for ourselves, right? Not certainly from these networks, but for ourselves.
Sure.
So we were watching CNN for a little bit, and when Bernie came on to speak, that was the lower third at the bottom of the screen that said Democratic Socialists who lost, who ran for president in 2016 and 2020 and lost. That was the lower third. And you were like...
Just so fucked up, dude.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, let's face it, you stole it from him. And even one of the people on CNN were like, who's the guy that's always pointing at the maps? He's great at the maps during the election. It's his whole job is the maps and the counties and the...
Ah, shit.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Everybody knows the map guy.
Is he with Wolf?
Yeah, yes, but he's off to the side. He's always on the maps. That's all he does is the maps.
White-haired
He's
guy,
like,
whatever.
all right, now if Harris County in Pennsylvania, if the 24 people who are living in apartment 4 votes, the Democrats can win this election. You're like, bro.
He's always sweating and it's like really uncomfortable.
He does a great job at it. But anyways, they decided to pop him on last night as one of the dudes. And they were like, man, it's just so magical how it all came together. People just rallied around Biden. No, they didn't. They just fucked over Bernie Sanders out of 2 elections. Like, it wasn't just this magical thing. They bought out the rest of the candidates, and that's what happened. So the evening was already strange at that point, right? But I figured since Bernie was going live, Michelle Obama must be going live, right? That's their superstar of the party.
Right.
Pre-taped.
Yeah.
Here's why that's a bad idea. And the speech was good, by the way. A lot of, the political pundits were trying to spin it immediately of like, oh, she eviscerated Trump and all this other stuff. No, she didn't. She was classy and, elegant, same as she always is, gave a very polite, moving speech. So much so, in fact, that watching it, everybody online was like, man, why couldn't this have been our candidate for the Democratic Party? Every Democrat said the same thing. And the problem with her going first like that...
Because she doesn't want your bullshit, that's why.
Right. Doesn't want the bullshit, I guess. But let's face it.
She's fucking rich, bro, and she doesn't care about you.
I genuinely think she would have won this election had she had run. She's not, and now everybody's holding on to every last word she says and treating her like a fucking
I think
Beyonce
she
video.
won't run, actually, because she does care. I think she actually does care a little bit about...
If she cared, she would have ran.
No, she doesn't care. She sees everybody that's in office and everything she's going to have to be going up against that don't give a shit about anyone or anything. I think she's just not going to be a part of that. She can see that she can do more good not in that position.
What good is she doing? She's doing Netflix shows and fucking podcasts. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. She's
It's
water skiing probably, though, and
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
her.
I mean?
For her.
She could do more good for herself,
Yeah.
is what I meant. Sorry. Yeah.
So, great speech.
Yeah.
Democrats were super
Always.
pissed because it probably should have been their candidate and that probably would have won. And I understand it. Now, here's where it gets weird. It was pre-taped. The problem with that is Kamala Harris is your VP. So you just missed at this huge historical moment of, we were the first black president and first lady in the White House. Now we've got a black female vice president running. I don't know if it's on purpose, and I don't know why you had to pre-tape it that far in advance. When was that decision made? Because I was trying to think about it. A week ago?
Last week, yeah.
God, weeks seem like years now, don't they?
They really do.
They really do. Yeah, I think it was a week ago, probably Tuesday, Wednesday. I think Tuesday it came down. Mm-hmm. But you had 6 days to reshoot it if you wanted to. Doesn't make sense. And chances are you're probably reading off a teleprompter, so who cares? And you can always edit it together. Now, having said that, I am positive that is what they will do with Joe Biden. There's no way he's going on live, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
They can't go on live with Joe Biden, right?
No.
So I think that's probably what's going to happen. All these other segments that were taped, like it was so fucking boring that. And by the way, this isn't like a trash the Democrats segment because I think it's a precursor to what is going to happen next week. Now that you know what this format is and people are just sending in recorded videos, talking into camera with no crowds and nothing else, why would you watch the Republican convention either? I'm not going to watch, I'll pop in for some of the big ones. But right. What's the reasoning or rationing to watch? And when I looked at the numbers this morning, like the ratings, I was like, man, were people as bored as I was last night? Because you need that live crowd. I know Dan has talked about this on Drinkin Bros Sports with NBA. He's like, man.
Dan who?
Dan, what the fuck is his last name? Holloway.
Anyways, carry on.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
He says he can't get into the NBA games because there's no fans there. And I understand that. That's the same way I kind of feel about baseball. It's weird having no fans there, right?
Yeah.
Same with these conventions. There is no fans there. There's no people. There's no screaming, cheering, butt fucking going on. Nothing. Light fingering underneath.
Ladies crying.
Yeah.
Holding up the signs.
Clit rubbing,
Sure.
WAP's not playing by Cardi B.
Protesters.
Yeah.
People getting kicked out.
Yeah. People's faces getting kicked in Portland.
Right.
No, we still have that. But now that that's not going to happen next week either, it's like, all right, cool. Look at the ratings. Total ratings across CBS, ABC, and NBC, the big three. 5.5 million viewers.
Oof.
Total.
That's not going to do it.
Combined. That's combined. Now, we have 330 million people that live in America, 5.5 million total across 3 primetime networks viewed this goddamn thing. That's terrible.
Right. How many people view that normally, though? Like,
typically,
you know what I mean? It's a small percentage of people that actually stay informed in that way.
It's in the 15 to 20 million range.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Last year?
It's 2016, yeah. Well, 2016 was the all-time record. I mean, you had Trump running, so like
that's true.
That was in the 20s. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Right.
That was like Super Bowl. I mean, not Super Bowl, but probably like NFL playoff ratings.
Yeah.
Like round 1, round 2, where you're just like, whoa, shit. But that was wild as shit. Not that this isn't wild as shit. It's just different. So there's no excitement, and I don't. Look, man, I don't want to watch pre-taped segments being popped up for a couple hours. I just don't. And now that I know that's the format going into tonight, I was going to watch AOC and all her fucking craziness, but it's taped, so it's like, dude, you're going to be able to edit it. And you think so?
Yeah, dude. Her and Bernie, again.
Burn dog.
Say what you will.
Yeah.
Technology is why they are kind of where they are, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Her husband or boyfriend or whatever was like this crazy tech genius that got her blasted out and
blasted out,
Jesus, blasted
Jessie.
Her out.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
No, you definitely don't.
Is that when you help somebody with a campaign, you blast them out?
No, you don't.
Oh,
yeah, you don't blast her out.
Okay.
To help her campaign. I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
Her
Anyways,
getting blasted out helps her campaign,
he is the Jared Kushner of
yes,
her
yeah.
Life, right?
Weird looking guy. Kind of looks like Andrew Santino. Red beard. Yeah, ginger.
I mean, I guess Yeah, all blonde ladies look like all red-haired people. I mean, they don't look at all alike, but you are right that they both have red hair.
It's a weird pick for AOC, right? A ginger.
No, I think she's all about whoever can get her to the top, 100%.
Maybe.
So that person is, gosh, a gem.
Yeah.
Really did everything for her.
Yeah.
And she was just kind of the crazy face of the whole thing.
Maybe we'll pop it on and see if she goes live, but there's not a prayer Biden will go live.
No.
I hope he does. But they're saying he is. Well, they're reassuring people.
I mean,
this is a fucking moon landing sitch.
They're gonna say it's live.
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
He will be alive still, but I don't think it will be live.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Head on up for the rising.
Yeah. TBD. Spruce. CNN lit him up yesterday.
Yeah, dude. Look, it's gonna be a disaster. And I think when you lead off opening night with the candidate that everybody wanted, two of the candidates that everybody wanted, now the rest of it is just like, and here's who we got.
Right.
So,
right.
Congratulations. Yeah. We're all stuck with this.
Did Koch speak?
Koch?
Not Koch. Kasich?
Yes, he did.
I don't think that's how you spell Kasich, but
tape segment from Kasich too. Where he was out in like an Ohio farmland, and it was just like,
sure.
I'm real concerned about the country, and we gotta disagree sometimes.
It was gorgeous.
The corn
really
will
was.
get the weasel, or whatever.
Right.
Weird fucking bullshit saying he was.
So you guys know, the corn will get the weasel
every time. Every time.
More importantly, Leave the Light On is in fact Motel 6. So Giorgio
James
definitely knows his motels, if you will.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Poor people really know every slogan.
Yeah,
but I do think the red roof, it's looking like it's Sleep Cheap. Is that right?
Sleep Cheap is a great one.
That's why I'm a red roof gal.
Yeah, it
Sleep
is.
Cheap.
Yeah.
You've got me. You've got me.
You got
Anyways,
it all wrapped up in your arms, Red Roof. So after the fake convention last night, right?
Right.
I always pop on Twitter, kind of see what everybody else's feedback is, Obviously, Michelle Obama was trending #1. Praise and love.
Sure.
Anything is possible when you believe in Christ.
All hail They go low.
Yeah. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
She did do the We Go High thing, which
she did. Look,
I guess you got it on brand.
Hey, man,
you really got it. It's like Motel 6.
It wasn't a bad speech at all.
You got to really.
And everybody who says she's eviscerated Trump, she's not like that.
No, it was obviously the most intelligent, best speech of the night. Yeah, anyways, as it always is.
I can't knock her. Look, her and her fucking husband are great speakers. So whatever, man. Let's get over it. Admit when somebody has strengths and weaknesses, and move on with your life. Then what I couldn't move on from was what was trending #2 on Twitter, which was Big Mike. I was unaware what the legend of Big Mike was, and I thought I would click it on because I thought it was Killer Mike, and I was like, man, did he speak and I missed it? Because that would have been rad.
Right.
I'm a big Killer Mike fan, big Run the Jewels guy. I love that fucking last album more than life itself.
There also is
Thus
Big
far,
Mike,
it is the
rapper.
album of the year.
Yeah.
I kept scrolling and I was like, oh, this has nothing to do with Mike at all. This is a internet conspiracy.
Troll.
It's a conspiracy that Michelle Obama is transgender and everybody behind the scenes calls her Big Mike. Now, it's late last night, right? Long day in Austin, long hot day. And I had a glass of red wine last night, and I'm watching this, and I'm like,
you had more than that.
Let me scroll. Jessie, I had a glass of red wine.
I just need the people to know
We'll leave
the
the light
truth,
on.
and I don't
We'll leave
lie
the light
to them
on.
like you do.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. We'll leave the light on.
No.
Yep. He sleeps there. Men's Warehouse guy sleeps there. Anyways, there was endless videos, maybe 30, 40 that I went through, and then I just stopped after that, of Michelle Obama walking in and out of restaurants, limos, TV appearances, where she's always wearing a pantsuit, and it appears as if this huge dong is slapping her thigh and or the pantsuit, right? And I got trapped in a world of like 30 or 40 of these videos. And they were like, man, way to go, Big Mike. There was a video of Barack Obama with Bear Grylls, like out in the wilderness. I don't know. Who knows what they fucking taped. But, I'm sure he wasn't drinking his own urine or anything, right? Maybe he was. Fuck, man. I don't know how he gets down. But either way, there was a video clip of him saying, Bear Grylls was asking him about something in life. And he goes, well, I'd have to ask Michelle if she would be cool with it. And I was like, whoa, did he just call her Big Mike? I was willing to entertain it. Again, had a glass of wine. I was willing to entertain it for about 5 minutes. And then I said to myself, Ross, I'm not going to go down this fucking hole and put the tinfoil hat on. And there is no way this is true. This is completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Completely ridiculous. She has 2 children, for Christ's sakes. What are you saying? Michael Jackson's got 3 kids. Those were adopted, though. So yeah, he's never had sex. But
Beyonce had her first kid too.
Yeah. So, and that's what I thought. That's immediately what I thought of you saying, well, Beyonce didn't have a child.
Widely known. It's not even a rumor or anything. It's just widely known. The absolute truth.
It is not true
Carry
whatsoever. This video is going to get flagged because of your lies and haberdashery.
And Big Mike is not going to flag us. That's the most ridiculous, stupid piece of shit.
I'm here to say this. I'm going to look into camera and say this right down the barrel. I do not believe this story. I don't know where this got started from. It's the most ridiculous thing of all time. Whoever photoshopped these videos, though, of a dong brushing up against her pantsuits is really funny, but I'm not willing to entertain any of these conspiracy theories regarding this, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Other people were commenting on her neck size and everything else last night to go along with this conspiracy. I'm here to tell you I'm not willing to get behind this whatsoever. This is completely ridiculous. Yeah,
I mean, I don't think there's any award that's going to be given to you for not going down this road. Like, it's the most ridiculous thing. Like you saying I'm not going down this conspiracy road is literally just, I mean.
Apparently I was the only one who did not know about this last night. It was trending number 2 in the world. Big Mike. The legend of Big Mike. I've never heard this before.
Well, there's your Trump poll right there.
What do you mean?
It was trending number 2.
Yeah. What does that mean? Trump poll.
I mean, there's your poll of who's going to vote for Trump right there.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know, because it didn't seem like it was Trump people. People were just talking about it. So like, I didn't see any hashtags of like MAGA or anything at the end. It was just a bunch of videos. Now, the other part that I thought about this, Japes, was is Twitter completely owned? And now this is a conspiracy I'm willing to engage in. Has Twitter just completely given up and saying, hey, man, it's just bots that fucking make things trend, and all of these weird fucking stories, and all of these are being paid for by different either countries like Russia or China or other parties, where it's just like, all right, great. During this speech, let's have this thing with Big Mike and make this trend all the way to number 2, run underneath her name. Let's pay for it. Let's jam it up and see what happens. Because that's the way I'm starting to feel about like a lot of the stories on the left, where I'm like, man, who is making these hashtags go like number 2 and 3 in the world? Now that conspiracy I'm willing to entertain, because Twitter was a failing company at one point, and they were very close to bankruptcy. They were also very close to selling to Facebook. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't remember that. Mm-hmm. And then 2016 happened, and Trump. The magic of Trump saved Twitter, and it became what it is today. I think Twitter became that in 2016 because so many people were paying for all these hashtags. Therefore, all this advertising and everything else, it allowed new users, which turned out to be fake, and they got popped for that later on, right? Mm-hmm. And they said that they have deleted millions and millions of bots around the world and fake accounts and all that other stuff. But I kind of just feel like after last night and everything that's been going on this year, especially this election cycle, that Twitter's just fine with people buying out hashtags and trending topics and all that stuff. I think they're just fine with it at this point. And they're just like, look, man, we're making money, so we don't give a shit. Same way with Facebook. Facebook, in 2016 was taking that money from Russia. Mm-hmm. It was proved that they were taking money from Russia. It wasn't much, but it was, $100,000 or something like that in ads. So it was like, if Facebook's fine with it, let's face it, Twitter's probably fine with it. And they're letting all these people pay for all this weird shit. But the Big Mike thing I've never heard of. What are the listeners saying in the YouTube?
Oh, I was looking at the tweets, but they heard about Michelle Obama being a guy like way back in the day, which I feel like I've heard about this a lot.
Yeah.
But people will do that with any woman that's like her, right? Ronda Rousey, anyone that is a bigger person, right? Yeah. Lady Gaga, remember that shit? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Forever,
that's right.
It was like, that's a guy.
Wendy Williams is the only one that I can entertain that I'm like, that's a dude. That's probably a dude.
You just know. Right, Giorgio? Yeah. You just know. It's like, I
like you asked Giorgio on that.
Well, you have some.
When you almost had sex with Laverne Cox, that's
some
when you become the expert, Giorgio.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You've had some experience with having to be like, hey, I think this is a guy, and in the back of your mind, you had that thought, right? You just know.
Yeah.
Like, Lady Gaga is not they just don't pass in that way yet. They don't pass in that way yet. There's always something. Yeah. And Michelle Obama is not a guy, right?
Yeah, not a guy.
100%.
AJ Gamble just gave you $2 and said, would you get a beach from Big Mike? We'll answer that question. Yeah.
The rapper or Michelle Obama?
Michelle Obama.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she's a woman. She's
and I think
I'm
this
not going down that
perfectly
conspiracy.
illustrates again why Michelle Obama will never run and wants to get the hell out of this. I mean, once Biden...
Worst job in the world.
Worst job in the world.
Worst job in the world, President of
She
the United States.
delivers a speech that is, once again, like we said, thoughtful, classy.
It's great.
High road, inspiring.
Yeah.
A reset, just a great fucking speech delivered in a great way. And this is what's trending, number 2. And if I were her, I would just move. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would just be like, God, I spent my entire life, and they have spent their entire life in service,
yes.
like, right?
Yep.
From school on, I mean, that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Public service, right? So to have this be the culmination of all of that must be a true disappointment. And I'm sure America as a whole is pretty disappointing to her right now.
Yeah.
A pretty disappointing
Kreger's is throwing in
situation.
some cash here saying, dude, you'd get a
Papa
beach
G.
from Trans
Frank
and Big Mike. So Trans Frank
so
is
that's a dual beach,
well,
huh?
that's just a dude. That's
What?
O'Malley. That's our buddy O'Malley, dude.
Trans Frank?
Yeah, he's playing Trans Frank.
Oh, okay. So
That's Donnie O'Malley. Here's the thing, though. I will say this. If you don't know the actor Donnie O'Malley from Vet TV, good friend of the show. If I had to get a beach from a dude, it's probably Donnie. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Donnie's had a dick in his mouth at some point.
yeah, for
Friend
sure.
of the show again.
For sure.
Nothing I wouldn't say to him directly, or I probably haven't. I've said to him on the show numerous times, but it's really fucking funny. But yeah, I look. I think you're right with all of this of like, dude, I'm not doing this shit. But it also makes it slide back over to Trump for me, where it's like, why is Trump going through this? I mean, this is utter fucking hell. Utter hell. For a guy who's already rich, to deal with all of this fuckery every single day for Trump, if you're not running because of the country, you're certainly not doing it for money. Like, there is no great end game for this. Because I think by the time Trump wins the second term and finishes, it'll be like 77. So it's not like you can go and be super famous the rest of your life and be like, oh, sweet. You probably only have like 5 years left in your life. His brother just died 2 days ago, for Christ's sakes. And he was younger than him. So...
Jeez. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think I should answer. I don't think I should go down that road. But yeah,
well,
why?
What you think it's something else? Go ahead. I don't care.
Why Trump is running if it's not?
Yeah.
for
Why
money?
be president to go through all of this shit is what I don't understand. If you don't really want to change the country. Because it's just too it's too hard of a job, man. I wouldn't want to do it. Would not at all. Day one, you step into office, 50% of the people hate you. Same with the Obamas. And I know, look, since we're talking about Big Mike and Michelle Obama, I know that she was caught on a hot mic with the First Lady of France or whatever you want to call that. I don't know what they're called over there.
Prime
Frankies?
Minister, probably.
I think they're called Frankies.
What?
The First Lady over there, she's called the Frankie. It's very French. And she was kind of on a hot mic with her, and she was saying, man, Michelle Obama was like, I just want this to be over. I don't want to do this anymore. And this was after 4 years. And she was like, the homegirl was like, you should just quit. Just sell books and everything. It's great. Then all you do is tour. She was a former First Lady, a former Frankie there. And it was caught on a mic. She was like, dude, you don't have a choice. If you do it one term, you can't be a one-termer. You got to do it again. And it's like, eh. But the thing with Trump was he's already rich. Like, what the fuck is he? Why would he do it?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Why be president? If you don't really want to change the country, why do it?
I think he wants to help out some of his friends. And you can fill in any blank that you want.
No friend is worth this amount of hell ever. I don't care who those friends are.
If you get paid for it, then yeah, it is worth it.
I guess, but like, again, if you finish this out, you're going to be 77. What are you going to do with that money? What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this oddly enough last night. We've got to go back to North Carolina. One of us does at some point, right? When the house sells to kind of get rid of the rest of shit.
Yeah.
I think you volunteered in tribute. You gave it the old Jennifer Lawrence for us. You're going to go back?
I did. I think I am.
Yeah. And go see some friends, hang out, live your life for a little bit. And I commend you for that. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Right?
Thanks.
But when I was thinking about it, I was like, man, all right. Somebody had asked me whether or not we would ever move back there again. And my answer was yes. I was talking to a friend of mine, texting back and forth with him, one of those friends who never answers the phone, therefore had not known that I'd moved to Austin, Texas.
Sure.
And found it quite shocking when he looked at Instagram and was like, hey, man, what the fuck? And I'm like, hey, bro, I called you like 2 months ago, 3 months ago and told you this.
Right.
Never answered, never called me back.
Right.
So, but he goes, do you ever think you'll come back? And I was like, yes, I love it there. And I was like, dude, I could see retiring in like Curie Beach and, whatever. And something got into the mix of like rental properties and things like this. And like, oh, are you going to leave that to your kid or something like that? And I was like, we'll see. Yeah. It depends on what year you can retire and what age you are. And then it's just like, do you really feel responsible for leaving anything to your kids at that point? Or are you just kind of like,
What?
Yeah. What's your answer to that? Do you feel responsible?
It depends. I would like to set them up early. So the money that I want to give to them and save for them is for college and after college.
Right.
So that they can make their own money and they don't necessarily need anything from me. But I mean,
debt.
Yeah. So I'd like to set them up in life while I'm here. As far as leaving something after I'm dead, meh.
Got it. Yeah.
Maybe to the grandkids, but it's not going to be much.
Right.
Because I am doing the second half big time. And it's going to be all about mommy. So you guys better get some fucking money in the bank because I'm leaving you possibly a set of martini glasses. They're not going to be washed.
Nope.
They'll have lipstick on them. I'll leave you old cigarettes because I'm going back to smoking, Giorgio. Fuck this Juul and shit.
Yeah.
The second half is going to be all about me, so they better figure out.
So this was...
Now again, I'm going to help them get there, right? Like I'm gonna work my ass off, and my life right now is not going to be fucking sweet because I want to give them a good start.
Sure.
So I'll do that.
So this was the exact conversation I had last night. and
with
my buddy.
Okay.
And I go, let me talk to Jessie about it. I was like, I'm curious her thoughts. Boom! You just gave me everything that I needed and
everything
more.
that you needed.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
again, it costs a lot to live in New York, so I don't think there's going to be.
Hey, New York is out for me. After that article yesterday that I read,
just wait. It's going to come. Oh, it's a cleansing. It's going to come back in such a better way. Believe me. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time. And again, Mom's not getting to the second half for a while.
Yeah. Of course.
So when that does happen, hopefully it may be a little bit more affordable. We'll go back to the beginning New York style. Get on the ground floor, penthouse. Do you know what I mean?
China is going to have to sell you those penthouses, though. You know?
Again,
they're gonna have to give them up.
You know,
they're gonna have to give them up, Jabes.
A lot can change.
A lot of people are. By the way, everybody's selling all their shit in New York and LA. That article I read yesterday about New York was depressing. Right. You and I love New York. And Dan and I had talked about this on another Drinkin Bros episode about that I liked Los Angeles when we lived there. I enjoy big cities. I'm sad to see them go like this. You know, New York, by all accounts that everybody we've discussed with, is going the same way as LA, where there's a bunch of homeless. The restaurants are gone now because of COVID, and people are eating outside. You were talking about the cockroaches.
Right. So a lot of people that are talking about when they finally got let out, right? Like, because New York was in a cage. Like, they really, Cuomo thinks that he solved it because he really did keep people fucking locked up for a long time.
Right.
With no anything. So when they finally did let them out, which they did earlier than us, you can eat outside, and a lot of people's anecdotal stories were just that roaches were crawling everywhere.
Yeah.
Super nice restaurants, not their fault, has nothing to do with the food. It's just fucking New York fighting back, right? It was New York like these cockroaches have been. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like, who knows where they were, but they are out.
Yeah, they're out. I mean,
they're out of quarantine as well, and they are all over your fucking feet.
And there's nothing you can do about it. And it's look, it's weird and it's sad, but real estate is plummeting there and in LA. I was reading about one of the One Direction guys, one of the 1D guys. Is every celebrity now is dumping their house quietly. Because they don't want to make it look like it's a mass thing. But TMZ is getting a hold of these listings, and they're just blasting them out there. Oh, yeah. So the One Direction guy, I guess, just dropped his by like $600,000. So even if he sells it at this price, I guess he's still going to lose like $750,000 on a property he bought like 2 years ago. That would never have happened, right? Even fucking homegirl, Aunt Becky. Oh, yeah. # free Aunt Becky. They sold their house. And, you assume it was because of lawsuits. And then you're like, oh... Turns out it wasn't. So everybody else is selling their shit. And you're trying to get max value out of it right now before this crash happens.
Right. They downsized, I think, to like a $9 million.
The house they had was $35 million, though, that they sold. So it was like,
How do those motherfuckers have $35 million?
The dude that she's married to, the new husband, is Massimo, the designer. I mean, this got fucking money, dude.
All right.
Her first husband was Michael Biehn, who was Johnny Ringo. And
oh, really?
Tombstone,
that was a love marriage, and then she got she got smart, and she got a $30 million house.
Yeah, it wasn't that she got smart, but
what happened? He got fast and loose.
There's a rumor that he's gay, so I can neither confirm nor deny that, but.
But you're going to put it out there anyway.
I am.
Look at you.
Because it's true. Johnny Ringo. I hate to ruin it for all you Tombstone fans, but
sure.
Whatever.
No, it'll make it better for some Tombstone fans.
Take a dick. Because you're not leaving Aunt Becky. And
right.
Becky kept up fine, Come on.
Yeah, if you like a pointy, rigid.
Yeah.
Gal.
It's a definite type, right?
Definite.
Mousy? Is that what is she kind of mousy?
No, she's pointy. Like very it's the jaw and the nose and everything's got
whatever, man.
Like
Aunt Becky plays.
And this hair.
Look at her daughter. She's pumping out hot daughters.
Nothing is nothing's chill.
Nothing's mad chill, yo.
Nothing's chill. Everything's in its place.
Yeah.
And everything has a place, that kind of thing.
I have a crazy update for you about yesterday, too. So we did yesterday the episode about the USPS mailbox hoax. Mm-hmm. The guy on Twitter that I went after, Rex Chapman, it was like, motherfucker, why are you posting this? Like,
right.
Blocked me on Twitter after the show released.
Oh, okay.
So last night, people were tagging me in a bunch of his shit.
Oh, so it must have been too much.
Apparently.
Right.
Either way, Rex Chapman blocked me because I exposed his mailbox hoax.
Right.
But to be fair, I guess I was the first blue check mark to be like, hey, man, all those mailboxes lock on the weekends. Like,
right. I'm sure all the other blue ones were like, my God.
Yeah. So everybody was like, Alyssa Milano was like,
Trump,
I can't believe this is happening. She's talking through her mouth, her Bane mask that she's wearing because she's dying of COVID.
Oh, right. Anything to be relevant. Look at one of the symptoms.
Yep.
I lose my hair.
If you haven't been following this one either with Alyssa Milano, she's...
You used box dye because you're in quarantine and your hair's falling out. So I guess technically that's a symptom.
Sure.
You don't have it.
No.
Alyssa Milano.
Hair falling out is not a symptom of COVID. She's tried really hard to have COVID for a long time.
She got tested 3 times, just so you guys know. So she got tested 3 different times, all negative. She would not take negative for an answer.
Nope.
And she finally got a doctor somewhere to say that she was positive for antibodies.
So if you haven't seen her, she's had this oxygen mask strapped around her head.
Right.
Or she said her hair is falling out and all this stuff. It was a doctor on one of those like Entertainment Tonight shows that was just like, they were like, I think it was Billy Bush, B. Bush. And that guy, they were like, hey, is hair loss a symptom of COVID? And they were like, no. But, you know, it is stressful to have COVID. So maybe she's losing her hair because of stress. Mm-hmm. Or maybe, she dyed it improperly and it's just falling out, which is what it appears to be.
Right.
And
or she could have something else, like stop getting tested for COVID, like go get blood work. That's like, if your hair's falling out, don't just be like, oh, they said I don't have it, but I have it. It's like, no, actually you probably need to go and see that there's a thyroid. I mean, something else could be wrong, that's an actual symptom.
Yeah.
You fucking crazy fuck.
Yeah, she is batshit crazy. And so then she goes on this rant and says, you know, this is the world we live in, that people don't believe that I have COVID. And then she's talking about her podcast. She goes, my podcast is like 1/3 of the listeners that Joe Rogan does. And that's when I chimed in. And I said,
she said,
pardon me, sweet tits. Yeah. So I go, pardon me, sweet tits.
Fuck do you think you
don't
are?
have 1/3 of the listeners that I have, let alone Joe fucking Rogan. Joe Rogan's got 190 million downloads a month. Like, are
you trying to say that you should have as many as him?
Correct. And not only that, but she lied about the numbers. She's nowhere near. She doesn't even sniff our show. She doesn't have 1/3 of listeners of our show, for Christ's sakes.
No.
Don't let the YouTube numbers fool you because of this fucking shadow ban. Our audio numbers are devastating. Like 1.8 million listeners. She's not even 1/3 of our listeners.
Right.
So when I saw that, I just go, pardon me, sweet tits. You don't have 1/3 of my listeners, let alone Joe Rogan's, right? And I was like, wait till he hears about this. He heard about it and hopped on with Tim Dillon. Did you listen to that?
Yeah. And they just went off, which I loved. And I agree with 99.9% of the things, everything that Tim Dillon says, by the way. Even if it's crazy, batshit, whatever, like, I just agree. But he definitely was like, yeah, these motherfuckers in Hollywood that spent so much of their life only caring about themselves. Like, and if you're pursuing something in entertainment,
right,
to think that you are altruistic or thinking about the world at all is insane. So you go. You're only thinking about yourself. What's the next job? What's the next money I can get? Who can I fucking beat out for this, and this? And then the jobs stop coming and you start thinking, how else can I be relevant? And most of them, the next job, quote unquote, that they get is being an activist and acting like they've been an activist forever.
Right. Chelsea Handler, Alyssa Milano, there's
Whitney Cummings a little bit. I'm sorry, but
there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And Rose McGowan, like all these people, and you're like, man,
Rose is
what
kind
the
of the
fuck?
real deal, but it's the only one I'll say.
She outed somebody else yesterday, and it was like it was the guy like Alexander Payne, I think. I was like, hey man, that was
Right.
If you were all in on everybody else, why didn't you say that like 5 years ago when all this shit was happening? She's just losing her fucking mind, which is fine. But Alyssa Milano, nowhere near any listeners or any of that shit. And
how funny that she believes.
Yeah.
That she believes what? Just because anyone else, celebrity-wise, that starts a podcast is number one. What's up with mine? It's a symptom of COVID, dear.
It is.
Having
your
low
podcast
listenership on podcasts.
Symptom of COVID.
It's a symptom of COVID because you definitely have it. Even though the doctors told you didn't, don't believe that shit.
Definitely have it.
That doctor was probably a Republican. Go to a fucking Democrat once you can get it fucking positive.
Yeah.
Okay?
I hate Alyssa Milano so much now that I regret every time I masturbated to her.
Right. And that's a sad thing
growing
for you.
up. Yeah.
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 That's a sad thing for you to think about,
It
friend.
sucks. It just ruins it,
Right?
It ruins all those sweet jerk sessions.
And I'm still happy about all the times I had in my dreams with Brendan Fraser. Like, you got to pick people that are going to...
Yeah. Brendan Fraser's still on the up and up,
Still on the up and up. I think he's probably a Republican. Does
Who knows?
Pills, parties, eats.
He did say,
That's
though, that he
my
got
boy.
he got Me Too'd, and that was weird.
Look, I'm not going to fault him.
The Brendan Fraser taint rub. Remember that?
Tried a second to become relevant. He saw all of his buddies doing it.
Yep.
I don't fault him for that. He stopped after that, right? He
Yeah.
slunk back into his cave, started doing pills and drinking again and eating, which I love.
Yeah.
Don't try and lose weight. That's stupid. Not at his age and stature. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, there's no need.
Yeah.
The Mummy 20 will not be calling for you.
Yeah. I would
Unless
not,
they need a mummy.
I would not put it past any studio to revive any franchise at this point. So.
With Fraser?
Yes, dude.
What
With
a
B-Frage?
dream. What a dream.
For sure, dude.
Get him back in that old outfit.
For sure. But when we did an episode called the Brendan Fraser Taint Rub, and it was a weird flex to say not only had you been assaulted by a gay man, but that he had reached his hand inside of your jeans from behind and went through your butt crack and rubbed your taint.
Right.
Georgia, are we on this finger right now? This middle finger? Yeah.
It's called a goose. And he got goose.
It's not a goose. A goose is when you grab somebody's ass. You don't rub a taint with a middle finger. Like, you just don't do that.
A goose is when you get in there.
Yeah, but it's a pinch.
Get of the taint.
It's a pinch, Jabes. That is not no. A goose is not pinching someone's taint.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
No, that's not a thing, dude.
Oh.
You got to really reach real hard down in those jeans to find that taint.
It wasn't under his
It was under his jeans. That's what he said. Yeah. Search our back catalog here. The Brendan Fraser Taint Rub is what I named that episode. And
That's insane.
Yeah, it is. So here was my thought behind it when it happened, looking back at it now. And I'm glad we can revisit this story.
Please.
I think that middle finger was probably going for his beehole, and the guy just went too far and got the taint instead. So it was just like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He wanted to stick his finger up his beehole.
Why not? If you get to stick your finger in Brendan Fraser's ass, that's a fucking all-time story right there at a dinner party.
Right.
If you're a gay dude and you're like, oh man, what's your craziest times? It's like, oh man, I was doing coke with the Cabana Boys at a hotel at the Roosevelt in Miami. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and then I put my finger, my full past the second knuckle in Brendan Fraser's asshole.
Huh.
That was a fun night,
Right.
And you're like, whoa.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
You put your finger in the mummy's asshole? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What were you guys doing?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think I asked him to pass the butter at Mastro's, and then I just slid in my middle finger and put it right in Brendan Fraser's butthole.
You know what, friend?
That's the real mummy right there.
You're just pissed that I love him, and you try and disgust me about him all the time.
Not at all.
It's not going to happen.
Not at all. Look,
Love him.
if you're able to get a finger in Brendan Fraser's asshole, it's great. It's great. I mean, shit. Shoot for the stars.
Would you tell the New York
Sometimes you'll
Times
be-
if somebody did that to you?
What? No.
No.
I've shared this story on the show
would
before.
definitely not.
A gay dude has grabbed my dick at a dinner, and I was like, oh, I was impressed by it.
He said it really
like, whoa.
affected him, though, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I looked at it more of like a pride thing where I was like, oh, shit. Not only did dudes want to fuck me as well. I was like, oh, this is great. And it was somebody famous.
Right.
And I was like, this is awesome. But
a compliment,
I'm not
for
sure if I shared this story on this show. But yeah, he was with this really hot girl. And it was like 8 of us at this huge dinner table.
Right.
And I thought for sure it was her grabbing my dick. And I let it go for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, it was a decent amount of time. And then all of a sudden she goes, excuse me, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. There was a hand still on my dick. Definitely was not her. And I was like, whoa. But I respected it, and I gave a fake tip of the cap. You know, hey, well played. I did not know that. And the angle that you had taken made it even more appropriate that I thought that it was her, and definitely was not. But I applaud that. That means even dudes wanted to be inside me. You know what I'm saying? And that's a power
People are
move.
asking if it was Pauly Shore.
Who grabbed my dick?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I wish.
That's a really good
that'd be a
guess, Ruben.
No, it's not. He's not gay. Whoa! Are you trying to out Pauly Shore on the show?
I'm not outing him. He's not
Giorgio
gay.
just put his hands up.
He's not gay.
Are you
He's
saying?
not gay. He's not gay. He's not gay.
Do you know something, Giorgio? No. Okay.
He's not gay, but I think a hole's a hole sometimes. Sometimes,
but not Pauly Shore. Man.
Okay.
I
Look.
watched an interview with Pauly Shore where he was just like, look, man, it sucks not being famous. I used to fuck everyone.
Sure.
Are you saying that was dudes?
Again, I'm
The weasel?
saying, yeah. I'm saying that nights probably got a little crazy and stuff
Okay.
happened with all kinds of people
Okay.
in the Pauly Shore heyday, if you will.
Well, look.
Some would argue that it's now because he's great. When is he coming on the show?
We'll get him on the show. I feel confident we will get Pauly Shore on the show.
Okay.
One day you will love it. What would you do if I got Brendan Fraser on the show?
Oh my God.
Would you be able to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You'd be able to compose yourself?
Yeah. You would not be on the show, but yeah, I could do it. Sorry, could I do what?
Just
Talk
a
to-
one-on-one interview with B. Frage?
Both of us have just like glowing lighting.
You know what I would do?
definitely do that for him. I'd do a high angle for him.
You know what I would do? Mid-interview, middle of the show, I just run in with a greased up middle finger and just jam it in Brendan Fraser's butthole. You know?
That's a perfect segue.
Two, if you're sticking a finger in someone's asshole, do it on a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 30% off everything in the entire store. If you're a member of the military, a first responder, a government worker, or a teacher in this life, go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. If you're a regular dum-dum civilian like myself, 25% off. And right now, they're giving you 2 free pillows with a mattress. 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Come on. All those deals are applicable with everything that I just said. Enjoy yourself. You're going to be inside for a long time. They'll never let you out. It's the European virus, as Cuomo says. Get your nipple pierced at 65 years old with a huge barbell. Like Andrew Cuomo, lay back on a ghost bed and enjoy this track. You know? I can't forget. Man, nothing would haunt me more if I saw Andrew Cuomo having sex with his wife and or I bet it's a cuck sitch. Like if he was just jacking off in the bed and watching his wife get blasted out on a ghost bed, nothing would haunt my dreams more than that. If it was just a boombox in the corner playing Michael McDonald. I can't forget. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. And don't forget to get a mattress today. Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers.
Shabloinkers. 4 amazing flavors: grape, lemon, orange, and then we dance. 5 hours. No. 6 hours worth of energy blasting through your butthole. I'm drinking it right now. Not that that was hard to tell. That was a nice little 4th of July jingle I did for myself.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Don't sip that Strike Force right now.
You're gonna have some more Strike Force.
Don't do
it's
it.
It's a tasty, tiny little tin pouch. You rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available. Ooh. You can feel that energy bumping through your veins like the Incredible Hulk. You can rip the face off a chimpanzee. It's StrikeForceEnergy.com. Promo code REVOLUTION gets you 20% off. They ship everywhere in the entire world. You get a 10-pack, 40-pack, 750 milliliter bottle. Best in the biz, man. I drink this shit all the time. I can't forget. I want to ask you about the incredible growing Barron Trump. Have you seen the video?
Yes.
Him getting out of the helicopter? Barron Trump, who was last spotted at 12 years old, now is 16, and he is 9 feet tall. He is taller than Lurch from the Addams Family, and it looks weird and awkward, and I can't quite understand why he's that tall. We've met Trump.
Right.
He's maybe 6'1", right? Tops, 6'1"?
President?
Trump? Yeah. 6'1", 6'2"?
Oh, I would almost.
Okay.
I thought, 6'2".
Right. Maybe 6'3"
For
then.
sure.
I'm 6'3". So Barron Trump is 9 feet tall then. It reminds me of a baby giraffe who was just birthed out into the world and is very nervous on those legs.
He's 14.
Fuck off. He's 14 years old?
14, Barron Trump.
All right. What is the gigantism disease? Is it just called gigantism?
No, it's
We
called
should start to look into that now.
It's like a pituitary thing, right?
He's 14 years old?
Yeah.
He should not be that tall. Oh my God, he's going to be 9 feet tall. He's going to be 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
Damn it, man. He's 14? I did not know. I thought for sure he was like 16 or 17.
Yeah, no, 14.
There's something wrong then.
Born in 2006.
Maybe they're testing something on him at the government. I don't know. I've never seen a child that tall in my life.
Yeah.
That frightens me, Jessie. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a little scary, huh?
14?
Yeah.
Damn it, man. There's some government testing going on.
Donald Trump is 6'3".
Yeah. All right.
So.
I mean, I was still taller than him. So, probably got a half inch on him. Barron Trump, though, it says he is 8'9". So.
No.
Yeah, he's 8'9".
No, he's not. You fucker.
That would be the tallest human of all time. He's on his way. I don't know what's going on there, but he's 8'9", and it weirds me out.
It's an interesting video. I would definitely.
He had to duck getting out of the helicopter, or else his whole torso was going to get chopped off. Not just the head, the whole torso. That's how tall he was.
Yeah.
It's creepy. Hey, man, whatever he's doing, he's doing. Speaking of Trump, he made a pardon today of your girl, Susan B. Anthony. So, you're welcome. Yeah. Susan B. Anthony. Full pardon of Susan B. Anthony, who obviously you're a big advocate for women, so you know exactly what she did, right?
Yeah.
Which is?
She mid it cool for women to wear jeans.
Nope. Not at all. Not even close in this world. She was found guilty for illegally voting in the 1872 presidential election. She ended up on a silver dollar. Remember the Susan B. Anthony coin and all that shit. She finally got a pardon today. It only took 150 years
Right.
to get a pardon for voting.
What's she up to these days?
I think she's her and Barron Trump are playing mixed doubles at the U.S. Open this fall.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Red
That's a
Roofing.
weird move. What
We'll
was
leave
that
the light
about?
on. Huh?
What was that about on Trump's part?
Don't know. Not really sure. Weird day to do it right in the middle of the Democratic convention, but it's pretty funny because you can't say anything about it. No one can say a word. The first woman to ever vote, you can't say anything about it.
Right.
There's nothing the press can say. Nothing at all.
Wow. Yeah.
Full pardon. Why didn't anybody else do this? It's the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, by the way, which is when women started voting. Some would say it never should have happened, but
Right.
You know,
Some would say that was the end.
women voting, yeah.
Yeah.
In 1920, the Suffrage Act. Yeah, we've suffered a lot. You know.
I like the. Do you remember the man? Do you remember the Man Show?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, when they went around to this
When Jimmy Kimmel was a dirtbag.
Yeah, exactly. And they went to this women's convention and had a petition to end women's suffrage, which basically means you're ending women's right to vote.
Yeah.
And all these ladies signed it because they were like, yeah, we don't want women to suffer. Like fucking idiots. I love that. Those were the days when you could exploit women's stupidity, right? Now you can't.
Well, look, man.
Now they all have to be super smart and intelligent and amazing.
Not really. Biden exploited Cardi B's Instagram 2 days ago.
Did he?
Yeah. He went on her Instagram Live. We've talked about how many followers she had, and Bernie Sanders did it too. And it's just like, man, you're just with the wet ass pussy. Now she's just doing presidential candidates. That's what happens. When you become famous and you have a gigantic social media following, it doesn't matter what you do or say. It's just like, let's do it. Kim Kardashian's working on another fucking pardon for somebody else right now.
Right.
That'll definitely go down.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, you don't want to piss off the biggest social media accounts in the world. That's where we're at as a culture now.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen. Britney Spears is back. Jabes, free Britney.
Okay, again.
Still, yeah. So
Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
she's saying, I want my dad off of my conservatorship, at least as a solo act. And she's looking to make some big changes. How long has he been on that fucking thing?
I think it's 10 years.
Yeah,
12
10 years, right?
10 years, yeah.
Yeah. If you follow her Instagram, which I love, follow it every day because it is a box full of crazy. And I just want to see the last video she made before she dies. And it is spectacular. It is also a case study in why you should have a conservatorship forever because she's crazy.
Yes.
She is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So for her going in, I don't know what they're going to say in this court of why you can't have she's got to be close to 40 now, right? Mm-hmm. What are they going to say? Hey man, you're 40 years old. Your daddy needs to fucking keep your bank accounts for you?
It's not necessarily bank accounts. I mean, it is and it isn't, but it's more about being able to do what, for example, Kim Kardashian could not do with Kanye West. So if she had some kind of conservatorship or something, and she could see that he's not taking his meds, he's going off the rails, he's going to hurt himself or other people, she can put him into a psych ward, right?
Yeah.
Or make him take his meds or something like that. So, like I said, she has bipolar, I think 1. So it's pretty bad. If she doesn't take her meds, it can be pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the person that I'm saying, the crazy that you see is at least a happy person, right? That's
right.
Able to, she does weird dancing, and it's better that than the alternative, right?
Sure. Well, here we are. Let her go. Let her be free, Japes. Let her have all that money. Let her do. Let's just see what happens. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Right.
I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine.
Right.
She's one of those people who would just go out and buy a live monkey, like immediately with that money.
Right.
And just be like, well, that's what it is. By the way, speaking of monkeys, one got loose in Dripping Springs where we live.
Oh, fun.
Went into somebody's house. A lady heard a knock at the door. She opened it, and it was a monkey who ran in and then just started terrorizing her house. The story gets even better. She posted on Facebook and whatever HOA thing she's in. They were like, hey, this is the weirdest thing ever, but there's a live monkey in my house destroying everything and blah, blah, blah.
Throwing poop everywhere.
Yes. And somebody wrote back and said, I know whose monkey that is. It's Jesse James.
Nuh-uh.
The motorcycle guy.
Shut up.
Yeah. So they were like, I'm friends with him. I'll reach out to him and whatever. And Jesse James came over to the house, apologized, paid for everything, and got his monkey back.
You betcha.
So
You
was
betcha.
unaware that he had a monkey.
Well, doesn't surprise me.
He explained to the woman that the monkey was like 3 years old. And I guess in monkey years, that's still like a baby. And they're just kind of going through their terrible twos, so.
All right.
He got the monkey back. And
All right. All right. All right.
Last but not least, here, the story that is super depressing to me. They're remaking Trains, Planes, and Automobiles with John Candy and Steve Martin, one of my favorite movies. Mm-hmm. That's going to be Will Smith and Kevin Hart. So, good night, everyone. We're all done. We are all done with Hollywood for a while, and just go ahead and put everything away.
Man,
So if you don't think that they're going to bring back Brendan Fraser in 20 years for another Mummy, you were out of your fucking mind.
Well, I can't wait to do the press on that and have him just a quick one-on-one.
Yeah.
Ask him if he's holding.
Yeah, he's fucking holding, dude.
He's got pills, right? Just make sure he comes to the interview with all of his meds.
Sure.
I'll partake in some of that, and we'll have a great, fun interview. Do you know what I mean? Just like,
No, I get it. And I'll be there to
food. I'll order a pizza.
I'm going to put some butter on my middle finger and jam it right up his butthole.
Don't tell me you don't want pizza, Brandon.
I know he does. Pizza Hut is in danger of going out of business, by the way. If memory serves me correct, I believe The Mummy was sponsored by Pizza Hut. I know that's a weird flex, but somebody fact check that. But the biggest franchise owner that owns Pizza Hut, dude owns like 312 of them, is going bankrupt. So it looks like P Hut could be out of biz, which is a shame. I like the P Hut, dude.
Yeah.
I do. Mm-hmm. And then this is a breaking news story. Well, I guess we'll end with this one. Fuck it. Tracy Morgan filed for divorce. Yeah. Why are you sad, Giorgio?
I love Tracy Morgan. That last stand-up where he really confessed his love to his wife.
He confessed his love to his wife. Yeah.
About the divorce from before his past.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yep.
Turns out not true.
If you don't know about Tracy Morgan and the Walmart thing where he got hit by the Walmart truck and his buddy died in the car, he got I think it was like $18 million from Walmart. My first thought when I read this was, do you have a prenup?
Right.
He does. So he does have a prenup in place. However, he's asked for an odd request on top of it. He wants her to drop his last name. Can you do that?
Can you ask somebody to do that? I mean,
legally?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't think so.
No.
I think that's just, I think that it's not a nice breakup.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I don't know.
If you're asking somebody shit like that, it's not amicable at all.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, Jabes? Fun show today. I'm not getting behind the big mic stuff, though. I won't do it. Sorry about that. I can't get into that conspiracy whatsoever. Go to iTunes and rate Ross Patterson Revolution a 5-star and give it a quick review. It'll help move us up the charts. Like, for real. Do it. Don't fucking hesitate. Actually do it this time. Please just fucking do it. Please just do it. it'll put us one step closer to me putting my finger in Brendan Fraser's beehole.
Yep.
So
if you guys want that for me, then
yeah,
just a review.
Jabes, proud of you today.
Thank you.
You're the woman I always dreamed that you would be. You know.
You condescending fuck.
For Jessie Wiseman, aka the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, Nooners.
Good afternoon.